We talked a little bit about Jedrick Wills, and he had a pretty good, for everything that he went through last year with switching from the right side to the left, not having a training camp, not having preseason. I think he played really well. There wasn't a whole lot of times where he went, Jedrick Wills just didn't quite do the job. He passed the eye test. Wills talked about how he viewed last year and what he is working on.
I don't know. I feel like everybody has their different grading systems, but I feel like I can definitely improve in both areas. But looking at it a year ago, I thought I was trash compared to this year.
Yeah.
Watching film, it's a brand new game when you're trying to film this year.
Yeah.
Do you think you were slowed by not having preseason games as a rookie?
No, I wouldn't use it as an excuse. I'd say we all had the same opportunity.
I get his answer, but again, switching from right tackle to left tackle, you're switching everything about your setup and the way you attack a defender. That's a huge change, and he handled it well enough.
Yeah, he certainly did. I mean, as you said, there was never a point where you're like, man, Jedrick, come on, like this is not. And then for an offensive lineman, honestly, sometimes that's how it's going to be. That's kind of how you judge an offensive lineman is, how many times, yes, guys there are going to be plays where it's a stalemate, or there are going to be plays where he gets pushed back a little bit. But again, there wasn't really ever a time where you were like, man, he's a liability over there. So great for a rookie to learn to do that. And again, maybe the Browns hit on another, or top 10 tackle. In Jedrick Wills. I mean, they hadn't had to draft one for so long that it was time, and certainly they seem to have made a really good selection. So I agree with Jedrick, though, that he's going to be a lot better this year. He's got a lot more time to process. COVID is a little more, maybe not easy to deal with, obviously, but a little easier to deal with than last year because we have less unknowns. And I think, again, Jedrick put an off-season of work. He lost some weight. He's a little more agile. He has more experience under his belt, so I think he's going to continue to get better and better as we go on.
The other thing that clip told you, he really wants to get better. I mean, if he thought last year was trash, I can't wait to see what he thinks a good year for him is.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I mean, coming from Alabama, I'm big. Obviously, you got to be big on Alabama guys, but to get through that experience of playing in college at Alabama, you got to have high expectations of yourself. You got to be able to push through and really work. And I think that's Jedrick to a T. So I think he does have high expectations for himself. I think that comes from that program down there in Tuscaloosa. And for that reason, again, I think that absolutely he's going to continue to improve and develop and get even better.